So now let's talk about XML, which stands for Extensible Markup Language. So this is a markup language just like HTML is. And what that means is that you're going to use tags to delineate certain types of information, right? So when you create an HTML document and you want to create headings, right? You do H1 tag, whatever the heading is, close the H1 tag. If you want to do a table, you do open the table, open the row, open the block, close the block, close the row, close the table, and that gives you a table, right? If you want to change the body color, the background color, you use the body tag, that type of thing. That's what you use in HTML. But HTML is a standard, right? So all web browsers, hopefully, are supposed to understand the standard HTML tags. So one of the big issues that we run into in the world of programming is that sometimes we want to develop our own record formatting system, and we need it to be relatively easy for somebody to be able to parse, somebody to be able to read, but we don't want to use the standard, right? So we don't want to use H1 tags or table tags. We want to come up with our own tags for some reason, and that's where we get with XML. So basically this is a tagging system, but it's a custom tagging system. The idea is you can create your own tags, and then basically as long as you standardize that so everybody knows how your document is formatted, then they can basically open up your document with their own code and then be able to very easily be able to grab information because they know what the tags are supposed to signify, so they know anything within that particular tag is supposed to be this specific type of information. In the real world nowadays, as far as XML is concerned, XML is basically seen in RSS as something called Real Simple Syndication, which I have to say is just a great way to deliver information, but it's not used as much anymore. You don't see XML in a lot of things. XML is really popular basically till social media sites came out. Now it's kind of waned in popularity, but it is a very useful thing to understand. So let's go over to the computer and I can show you an example from the Ars Technica RSS feed to show you what XML looks like. So here's the Ars Technica RSS feed, and this is all formatted in XML. So we go to feeds.arstechnica.com, Ars Technica index, right? So this is just simply a URL that we're able to come to. And then basically here, what we're going to see is we're going to see these XML tags. So we have the channel tag here. So this is telling us basically what the channel is, the RSS feed is. We have a title for the feed. So we open the title tag, we close the title tag, and so this is called Ars Technica All Content. We have a link, so we open the link and we close the link, and so this is the link to the site. We have a description here, so on and so forth. If we come down here, each one of these items is essentially a blog post or an article. So we have item, so item opens up here, and if we scroll all the way down somewhere, it closes down here. So everything within the item tags will be for this particular article that's being advertised, right? We have a title, so open the title tag, close the title tag. And the Neanderthals invented their own bone weapon technology by 8,000 years ago. We have a link, open the link, close the link. We have a creator. We have some categories here. We have a description, so open description, close description. Neanderthals used sleek bone projectiles to hunt big game. And then we have some content here. And this is where we see HTML tags. So this is the XML, Extensible Markup Language tag, and then we have the P tags and such. Those are the HTML tags, and archaeologists recently unearthed, blase, and so basically this is the RSS information here. And so this is what an XML feed looks like. So RSS, Real Simple Syndication, is a standard data format. Again, this was used a lot 10 or 15 years ago, not so much anymore. So this is something that is standardized using XML. The important thing for you to understand with XML is that you could come up with your own standard. So let's say you were going to have your own blog or you were going to have your own app. You wanted to be able to publish information so that computers would be able to read that information and then do something with it. You could come up with with your own tags, and then all you have to do is document what those tags mean, and then other people could create their programs in order to be able to read what you've created. But this is the idea of XML. So for these Silicon Dojo classes, I try not to put too much bias in here or too much opinion. This is all about the education, not about my fifis, my feelings. But one of the things that I will say is I really like XML. I really miss XML. I'm thinking XML might be the technology that saves us from the horrors of big tech social media. Again, if you look at RSS, if you look at how podcasts, basically how podcasts actually get published, if you look at what XML allows you to do, it's pretty darn cool. I actually wish a lot more people nowadays used XML in their applications, because I think this is a way to create a publishing system so different computers can read, again, what other computers are publishing, be able to pull that in and then be able to parse that, do something with that information to give you a value there. So if you haven't played around with XML, again, you haven't looked at RSS, you haven't looked at actually how podcasting works, how podcast distribution actually works, and some of this other stuff, I would highly recommend you look into it, because XML is kind of cool. It's kind of cool, and you know, I think you might be able to build some pretty cool stuff with it.